Yachts for Sale and Charter YouTube channel here, opening a window into the world of yacht brokerage, and today answering the question, which yacht should you buy? So which yacht should you buy? Well, this question was inspired by Stellati Odin, who's a viewer of this channel. Stellati Odin said, really enjoyed this vlog. I think he'd watched the vlog about the stabilizers. He says, thank you for sharing some of the behind the scenes and reality inducing information. I had a separate question which hopefully causes you to pause for a moment. You've showcased so many of the high-end builders and have produced amazing yachts. If you could take the best parts of different builders that you felt excelled in an area over another and merge them into a single yacht, say Benetti's cabinetry and Lerson's use of deck space or whatever, how would you build your dream yacht? Of course, I don't expect you to burn bridges with any builders, but I was curious as to what areas you felt particular builders excelled in. From what I've learned from you and from others, I love Lerson as a builder, and once I make a name for myself, plan on tasking them to build whatever yacht I find most appealing. Well, first of all, thanks very much for the question, and your end comment about tasking Lerson to build you a yacht is a very appropriate one, as we'll see in a few moments. First of all, though, I want to make a point that the whole yachting industry is really divided into production yachts and custom yachts. So let's look at production yachts first. When I talk about production yachts, they're usually built from composite material, and there's a good reason for that. If you build from composite material, you have a series of molds, and the hull and the superstructure will literally pop out of a mold, and it's a very cost-effective way of building yachts. Some people call them plastic yachts, some people are derogatory about them, but actually modern composite yachts are incredibly strong and incredibly light. The technology behind it is quite incredible, and there's nothing derogatory to really say about production yacht builders. But the truth is, in my opinion, they're much of a muchness. Whether you go to San Lorenzo or Sunseeker, Ferretti or Azimuth, what you're going to get is a production yacht. And the question really is to whether you prefer one layout over another, one engine configuration over another, and very much you get what you pay for. If one production yacht is more expensive than another, and sometimes there can be a difference of 30 or 40% between the price of one equally sized yacht and another one, there's always a reason for that difference in price. It's not just that one manufacturer is trying to make more money than the others. Usually that's not the case anyway. It can usually be well justified. 100-foot yachts, for example, may have MTU 2000 series engines, or they may have MTU 4000 series engines, which have more horsepower and more speed. But the difference between those two models of engines can be hundreds of thousands of euros. So therefore there's a big difference in the price of the two yachts. The hull configuration too, when hulls are built, they used a composite material is used to build the hulls. And usually it's what's called a sandwich configuration. Sandwich is where you have fiberglass, a foam core, and then more fiberglass, making a sandwich of the foam core. But some yacht builders below the waterline no longer have sandwich, but rather they have solid composite material with Kevlar, which is used for bulletproof vests, is incredibly strong and a lot more expensive than a sandwich configuration on the hull. So again, if you see one builder is more expensive than the other, it's worth asking the questions to understand why that price difference actually exists. In my opinion though, since obviously you want my opinion, all of these yacht builders, it's very much of a muchness. If you're buying a production yacht, it's probably not because you want to go across the Atlantic. You probably just want to be able to go from Monaco to Saint-Tropez, to the islands off of Cannes, cruise the islands of Croatia, so not really going offshore in a big way. And all of those manufacturers that I've mentioned, Princess, San Lorenzo, Ferretti, they all build excellent products that you can really enjoy using. So the question of which yacht you should buy at that point really depends on how many cabins you want, how much money you're prepared to spend, how you're going to use the yacht. The conversation becomes more interesting though when you look at custom yacht builders. And here I'm often astonished to hear even very intelligent and very wealthy yacht owners make a blanket statement that they don't like one particular yacht builder based on one yacht that they've seen. And that's a mistake, because the design of the yacht is not really down to the builder, but rather to the designer. And there are many big names in yacht designers, whether it's Nuvolari Leonard, Francesco Paczkowski, Hot Lab, Espinono, who's built many of the largest yachts in the world. And you could be looking at an Espinono design that's been built by Lursen and say, I don't like Lursen because I've seen that. And yet the next yacht that they build is Nuvolari Leonard, which looks totally different, and you may fall in love with the builder. So really, you have to have an understanding of the difference between the designers and the builders. And the starting point is definitely to find the designer that you like. Actually, I'm a big fan of most of those yacht designers. There's not very often one I see I really don't like. And if I did, I wouldn't mention it right now. But I'm very, very favourable towards Nuvolari Leonard. I've worked with them on a very big project years ago, and I think that they've made a massive contribution to the yachting industry. Many of you may have heard of Alfa Nero, which was a landmark yacht for its absolute beauty. And they built that, of course, with Oceanco in Holland, but then they also built Quattro Elle with Lursen, which is another beautiful yacht. They also turned around the fortunes of Palmer Johnson. If you've ever seen the video that I did of Izumi, that was one of the Palmer Johnson series of sport yachts, which was so successful, all designed by Nuvolari Leonard. So the first step is to find the designer that you like. That's the really important thing. And then, once again, much like with production yachts, you need to understand that you will get what you pay for. But with custom yachts, the difference in price can be huge, really, really notable. Let's imagine, for example, that you have Nuvolari Leonard design a yacht for you. Now, the sizes of yachts are more accurately measured in gross tons than in length. It's one thing to say, I want an 85-meter long yacht. The recent yacht that I filmed, Tatiana, for example, which is 80 meters, if my memory serves me, is I think 1,600 gross tons. So it's a fairly low volume yacht for the length. There's a lot of benefits in building that way. Tatiana's a wonderful yacht, but it's important to know that it's 1,600 gross tons, and the gross tonnage measurement is a measurement not of weight, but of the volume of the yacht. Now, there are 3 areas of the world that are prolific in custom yacht building. North Europe, where you have Lursen, Oceanco, Fedship, the most expensive yacht builders in the world. Then you have Italy, which is less expensive. And you have Turkey, which is an emerging market, which is usually a little bit less expensive still than the Italians. And it's a really interesting time right now because Italy has built a huge yacht building industry based on price-quality ratio. Turkey is really getting up there with the standard of the Italians, but they don't have the incredible marketing ability that the Italians have. Now, I'm not saying that to in any way speak badly about Italian yacht building, because it's fantastic. I mean, what an incredible success story. But I think it's good as well to have an eye on what's happening in Turkey with some of the builders that are emerging right now in Turkey. And I'll go even a step further than that and say something that I've often said in conversation in a bar, but never said publicly on YouTube before. My experience of Turkey is that when they get it wrong, they get it really wrong, and you would not want to buy from certain Turkish yards, not if I was anything involved with the deal. But when they get it right, they are really an exciting country in yacht building. Bilgin Yachts is a great example of that. And if you've seen the video that I did of Tatiana, the 80 meter, you'll know that they are really building some exciting stuff. But that's kind of getting off topic. I wanted to go back to the subject of price and quality again. And again, back to the subject of gross tonnage. So gross tonnage has certain parameters. If your yacht is under 500 gross tons, then it has to be built to a certain standard, and it has certain manning requirements. The next level up really is 3,000 gross tons. Now a 500 gross ton yacht is probably going to be 45, 50 meters long. A 3,000 gross ton yacht is probably going to be between 80 and 90 meters long. Now, if you buy a 3,000 gross ton yacht in Italy, it's probably going to cost you 80 to 90 million euro. So, Nuvolari design, 3,000 gross ton yacht, Italian shipyard, 80 to 90 million euro. You have that same design and you go to a German or a Dutch builder, it's likely to cost you closer to 200 million euro. Now that's a big difference in price, but it's a difference that can be justified in terms of quality. And I know I'm not going to make any friends with Italian yacht builders in saying this, but they know what their prices are. We all know what their prices are. And even the Italians themselves, when you listen to a presentation by one of the owners of the shipyards, they're constantly talking about striving for Northern European quality because it's accepted that that is the best quality in the world. Now at that point, if you're building your dream yacht, it really depends on what it is that you want. I'll take, for example, a hugely successful shipyard like Bonetti. Bonetti are a massively popular choice with billionaires and multimillionaires. Why? Because they feel like they're getting really good value for money. But by the same token, so are Lursen and so are Fedship and Oceanco, which are more than twice the price. It's just a different mindset for different sorts of billionaires and what it is that they're looking to achieve with the yacht that they build. But really, I guess the point that I'm trying to make in all of this is that if you are dreaming of building your dream yacht, either you go to a production yacht builder and you get what it is that they build, or you go down the custom route, you find a designer that you like, work with them to have exactly the yacht that you want, and then go to a variety of different yacht builders, Germany, Italy, Turkey, America, if you can find a builder in America that's prepared to build larger yachts. Take a look at what they're giving to you, get an expert to look at the technical specifications to understand why one's more expensive, and on the basis of that, make a decision. Something else I wanted to mention just at the end of that is it's not even just about price and technical specifications, but there is an element as well of personality. When you're building a yacht, you have to ask yourself, would I be happy to work with these people? I just wanted to tell you a story about that because, as you can imagine, the yachting industry is permeated sometimes by a level of arrogance, which is really quite difficult to cope with at times. And obviously I'm not going to mention any particular people or any particular brands, but sometimes amongst yacht builders, there's a level of arrogance which is absolutely intolerable. I have to be honest, it happens with yacht brokers as well. Certain yacht lawyers are incredibly arrogant, but there is this arrogance in the industry from time to time, which personally, if I was building a yacht, I wouldn't want to be dealing with people like that when I go to have the yacht built. Now, Lursen is the builder that builds larger yachts than anybody else in the world. At the last count, I think 11 of the 20 largest yachts in the world were all built by Lursen. Dilbar, Zam, Flying Fox, really important names. Not only that, it's a family-owned business, Peter Lursen being one of the partners. And if you've never seen it, I've done some interviews with Peter Lursen, which you can see on this channel. So you've got an immensely wealthy individual with an incredibly successful family company that's been in the family for generations. Not only that, he's a good-looking guy who looks like he could be a film star. If anybody was going to be arrogant, it would be Peter Lursen. Now, in that context, a couple of years ago, I was invited by Lursen to do a video for them at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. I was so excited. The video was about a product that they helped to develop that was a substitute for teak wood. I'll put a link to that in the description below because actually it was a video that was hardly watched at all, so it'd be nice to get a few more views on it. So I was there to film that video. I was very excited because of how important Lursen are in the yachting industry. My appointment, I think, was at 9, but I arrived on their stand at Fort Lauderdale at 8 o'clock because I didn't want to be late and it was in a position that was quite difficult to get to. So I'm sitting on their stand, 8 o'clock in the morning, not a soul around. Suddenly I see movement and it's Peter Lursen, arriving 1 hour early at the stand. Now, he didn't see me, there's no way he could have seen me. And he disappeared into his office on the stand. Less than a minute later, he emerges and he's got a duster in his hand and he starts dusting off the models on the stand. And I remember thinking, what an amazing guy. I mean, not only is he first there to work in the morning, but he has not a shred of arrogance or pride. For him, it's the most normal thing in the world to just dust over the models. And when I was talking to the ladies in the marketing office afterwards about this, they said that is how he is. They said in the company, sometimes they'll go into the canteen, make themselves a coffee, and occasionally he'll wander in, make himself a coffee, wash up his mug, put it away. And when I hear stories like that about a man like that, I think that is a company I'd be happy to do business with. If I was ever in a position to buy a large yacht, that kind of thing attracts me to a company, as well as their amazing quality and ability to be able to build yachts. So that concludes this particular vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions that you'd like me to answer in future vlogs. And don't forget to see all of the videos, subscribe to the channel, and do not smash the like button. We do not have smashing of buttons here. Just put your finger over it and delicately press.